Power kills love, and love can also kill any evil power on the earth. These two concepts are, despite being cliché, tells us a bigger problem with power holders on the world. Examples can be seen in real life. Those with the most power are also the ones to have the least love for the humanity. Having power sounds like having everything at once, but they lose the love in pursuit of power. For this reason, powerful and rich people search love in money and their contacts. Search admiration in their possessions, search affection in artificial things, only to find out real love has been taken away by these powers. This is also the case in the show The Boys. The story shows us a world with dominance of superpowered humans or supes in short. Those supes are being loved for their public image they create that they save people's lives with their power. They are raised in an environment where their existence are quantified through their power. They are the figures of the public. They have made up names.
A-Train!
That's Starlight here.
Soldier Boy,
Stormfront!
Homelander,
Lord of the Seven Seas, the Deep.
And while some of them manage to create a life outside of their power and their title, some of them are doomed to embrace their power, their name,
John,
Homelander.
and their costume they're given. Embracing the idea of being praised for their capabilities, the idea of wearing the cape and being applauded for whatever they do. They equate their power with love, so they want to preserve their power and their public image, no matter how much they do or don't care those people. If the applauses are coming, all of their lies and wrongdoings are trivial. However flawed the last two seasons was, this concept was prevalent in almost anything and every character. A-Train gradually understands that power is just a tool and love requires valuing people outside of it. Starlight is raised to be a powerful figure but refuses the corrupt environment of these stoops. Mother's Milk doesn't want his child to trauma to happen again. Himiko detests her powers and doesn't like the chaos they bring. And Frenchie tries to ally her inner conflict by showing her love. Ryan wants to outgrow the people that are meant to bring him up.
I didn't choose you over him.
And
Deep.
just thinks he's loved for his abilities. But do you remember John? A lovely kid, isn't he? Weak, fragile, and wants affection. But this kid was different than others.
I do.
And you'll always take care of me?
Always. I can't breathe.
He had no parental figures. He had no friends, no enjoyment. The only people he saw was doctors. The only environment he grew up was a lab. And the lesson was that he should abide to some made-up American values. In his laboratory he was created, he had only one mission. Endure the experiments, pass the tests, and then you will be loved and rewarded.
Because you couldn't stand the idea that we would be disappointed in you. Your need for approval and for love brought in the best psychologists in the world. We developed the protocol to carefully engineer that need so that you would be obedient.
This kid grew up to be Homelander we know, a man with insecurities and disdain towards
You know
humans.
what, Chelsea? I think you should jump.
He could do anything. No attack could come close to defeating him. No one could be as strong as him.
No God. The only man in the sky is me.
And this idea made him relentlessly hurt and scare everyone. He can kill civils, his group members. He can misuse his powers for his benefit. As long as it can be covered, he can do anything to anyone. Except Becca Butcher. This was his first introduction to William Butcher, her husband. William is, despite being his antagonist, just as flawed, hurt, and power-hungry. In their childhood, him with his younger brother Lenny grew up with their father's physical abuse, and he was responsible to protect his brother from their father. He had to be strong. He had to overcome the hardships he and his brother saw, because that was what his father wanted.
The world's an ocean of shite, lads. You either sink
or you swim.
some cunts need a slap.
Him, just like Homelander, also learned the power means love. The power is the only solution for evil. He grew up and joined the British SAS Army and met Joel Kessler here. They took missions together, and one day, Butcher in leading chair, they received a call that the enemy army is approaching with 100 soldiers.
Problem is that got this call that this asshat had 100 men that were minutes behind us. Now, any sane command leader, they'd pull their men out, make sure they were safe, but not Billy, no.
But as a commander, he didn't prioritize his army and didn't give the command to retreat.
So I got in his face. I screamed at him, "Target's not worth it. The target wasn't worth it!"
Kessler refused this order and struck him in the face.
Nothing, so I popped him one. Smacked him right there in the forehead, got him a sweet little scar, you see.
But eventually he led his unit, including Kessler, into death.
Billy was the only member of the unit to walk out of there alive.
In his
Has anyone ever
absence,
loved
his
you?
brother Lenny
You end up getting them killed, don't you? Me, Becca, now Yui. The last person in God's green earth trying to stop you from being a monster, and what do? Drag him down to your level. When he dies, and he will, and no one can stop you. Can they?
ends up committing suicide, and William believes this is caused by his father's actions. When he moves to United States, he meets Becca and they marry. Since Becca is working at Vought, they are invited to Vought Tower for Christmas party. Here, him and his wife meet with Homelander for the first time. And few days later, after this party, Homelander sexually assaults Becca and impregnates her. Homelander, being the highest face of Vought, gets no penalty, and this incident is being covered by sending Becca and her son into somewhere isolated. Butcher once again understands power is the ultimate thing that controls everything. Power is the key to get away with everything. If there's a big fish that hurts you, you have to be the bigger fish. He has to be as strong as Vought and Homelander, no matter the cost, no matter how many units does it take. Powerful people don't care about others. They don't have morals. Why shoot him? From that point, Butcher creates the group called The Boys, and we explore the consequences of these tubes, especially Homelander's dark truth. Throughout the seasons, Homelander keeps losing everyone loves and respects him due to actions of the boys. He loses his team members, loses Madeline, the woman he keeps as his mother figure. He gets betrayed by Queen May. Some people turn back against him and start to support Starlight instead of him. He kills Black Noir and A-Train for his own reasons, the ones he sees as his friends. His son loses trust for him.
Fucking disappointment. The pitiful disappointment. Weak. You're my greatest failure.
As he loses everyone and gets lonelier, he becomes gradually more hungry to love, more remorseful for everyone he lost. And in the end, he dreams the only person he desperately needs, the mother figure he lacks at the moment. None other than Madeline Stillwell. She doesn't try to conflict his mentality. She doesn't show him how to genuinely make people love him. She instead relieves him by teaching him,
Well, then you baptize the unfaithful in their own blood.
the only thing he uses to keep obedient people around him. Not by understanding their fear, not by empathizing them, not respecting them, but instead using brute force on them into loving him. Just like how his doctors, John's doctors, taught him, if you are strong enough, you deserve the love. But it's very obvious even he doesn't believe that, and we can tell from his actions throughout the 5th season. He doesn't want the love created by the fear of power. He senses the fear and immediately hates it. Maybe in his way, some kind of love can be manufactured, but genuineness and being seen as a normal being can't be created. Yet, since his powers is his only method to find love, he can't make people not afraid of him with them knowing what he can do. But he still asks people to love him genuinely. He is incapable of creating bonds without scaring them. Doing that without putting his powers in equation. Doing that by understanding everyone and their desires. And this leads him to desiring to be the God.
I am God!
If people do not love me without fear, then I will kill all of them and be the God, so that only those can love me genuinely will be left. But he doesn't consider that this is absurdly impossible. You cannot control anyone's emotions towards you by treating them to do so. You can't forcefully create a genuine love. This will make everyone afraid of you and you'll end up with killing everyone. And in the end, power will kill the real love. Even the real God acknowledges that he can't make humans pray him without fear. But Homelander is a human.
Deep down, there's a part of you that is still human.
However, he tries to argue against it. He wants real connections. He wants to be seen as human.
Your need for love is so deep. It's so human. You'll never be able to overcome that.
Not as a god with a cape. This is why he didn't kill the legend.
Just go now. Go.
This is why he insisted to keep Soldier Boy alive and ended up being killed by the people that doesn't fear him.
What do you owe me? All the times I could have killed you, and I didn't.
It's hard to say his character development stayed the same or he became worse as a TV character. But one thing is certain, that Homelander has been broken throughout the series. His god complex and childish behaviors didn't come overnight. His ego to be powerful and perfect made him unlikable, and it led him to consult his power even more. It led him to lose everyone around him. The very thing he believed to provide him love only made him even more miserable and brought him his downfall. In his final moments, three important characters come in his room right after his speech.
But no matter what I do, some of you people will never accept me into your hearts, never love me, never believe in me. And to such heretics I offer oblivion. And those who seek to destroy me, you will die the most horrible of deaths, as befits your wickedness. My reign will last forever, and when this world is cold and dead, I shall remain eternal God of the Ashes.
Kimiko, Butcher and Ryan. Three characters with different approaches to power. Butcher chooses the ultimate power. Kimiko is struggling with his dangerous side while keeping the peace.
Rage is not what makes you strong.
And Ryan wants to opt out of those greedy people.
But you're not a good person either.
We see them taking down Homelander in front of public eyes, making him beg for his life, despite saying he is the god 30 minutes ago.
I'm not just like the rest of you.
I'm stronger. I'm smarter.
The character that's been broken for 5 seasons finally begs mercy and admits his insecurities. His persona and ego is finally removed from people's mind. But one thing that's not removed is Butcher. He still wants to be the strong one. Still thinks the power is the best way to protect love in the world. Just like Homelander, after being alone, he grabs the soup-killing virus, puts it into the water tank of the sprinkler system at Vault Tower, and waits for Huey to come stop him before he leaks the virus on the city.
Traffic? I thought you might try to stop me. But you shouldn't have come alone. You should have brought a army.
No. If you were gonna release the virus, you would have done it already.
Unless I'm waiting for all the soup cunts to clock in for the day shift. Not much point shooting spunk into an empty fucking building now, is there?
Okay, well, now I kinda wish I brought an army. Where's the virus, Butcher?
I dumped it in the sprinkler tank. All I gotta do is pull this trigger.
Although he promises to protect his loved ones,
Listen, if we do find that B1, and if it don't fuck us, you can have some for Annie and Kamiko.
he desperately wants to kill the Supes, even though he knows that this will also kill his allies, as Joe Kessler also says.
So he will ask you to pull him back. But the truth of the matter is you are fucked when you get in his way. A lot of dead canaries in old Billy Butcher's coal mine.
For this, for now, to be your canary.
He is the same Butcher in the army. He cares no one if he reaches his goals. He can put his friends on the front line. And Huey is the one to witness who Butcher really is along the way. Homelander wasn't a villain just because he was a superhuman. He was villain because he had no love in him. Butcher was never as strong as Homelander, but it didn't make him less ruthless than he is. When Huey and him confront, Butcher says there will be another Homelander if soups are to continue.
We need to end the whole bloody notion of soups.
But he doesn't see he is not a good person without powers either. And his first action with power was always hurting the people that love him. Huey is the one to understand that power is not the ultimate thing to stop chaos if the love is lost in someone. He had almost the same life with Butcher. His girlfriend was killed by A-Train. He had Starlight on his side, but he always tried to love and respect those people contrary to Butcher. And he was the reflection of Lenny, the one that has the same fate with Butcher, the one that appears weaker, but also the one to not choose the dark side. And Huey is the one to kill Butcher.
I didn't want to do that.
I gave you no choice. Inside I put you through. You stayed yourself, no matter what I've done. You really are a spitter, Lenny.
That's why Huey is the hero of The Boys. That's what The Boys tries to tell us. Being a hero does not come from how much power you hold. Almost no superhero story shows us what makes someone a hero. how to convince powerful humans not be selfish. They are hero because they are created to be so, and Voltor, Sam Butcher didn't succeed. If a person, a human, is considered as a hero just because they have the most power on earth, that kills the genuine love between him and people. Powers without direction kills the intentions behind them. Now, I want you to ask yourself, who do you love genuinely on the earth? Only for their power or their money? Power or wealth doesn't bring genuineness. It can only take out the love if it's not directed. As Plato says, the measure of a man is what he does with power. Homelander, like everyone, doesn't want to die, doesn't want to see being forgotten. But no V1 is enough to escape inevitable death. Power and money will also be gone by the time you die. What makes you loved, cheered and remembered after your death is what you left to the world when you were alive.
I'll tell you what. When we're all done here, I'll buy you a nice big family-sized bottle of top-shelf lube. And I'll tickle your balls till your big meter starts.